Dun, 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 dun. I don't even know what noise it makes. Why is this already gone? Why is it whichever microphone Joe touches just goes loose all the time? Hang on a minute, chat, hang on. There you go, I think it's better now. There we go, that's better. Good evening, you wonderful human beings. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening for yet another episode of Das Warhammer Show. The German Warhammer Show. That's what it is. Isn't it fun being a Warhammer fan? Especially if you bought new Yarrick. Before we jump into that, if you haven't already, please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons. First, hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified whenever we go live in the future. And if you want to catch us for streams like this, where we can talk about all the news and stuff that's going on in the world of Warhamsters. It was a dream for Guard players for a short period of time. Games Workshop today dropped some new rules on their app, and there has been some monumental nerfs that have hit at the same time. I'll talk about them in just a second. Before we do, thank you so much, Morley Hammer, for the 1 gifted, Stefan for the 1 gifted, and Evan to Manello for 5 gifted memberships. You're all wonderful, wonderful human beings. That's us on 7. We'll start talking about Yarrick when we get to 100. I'm only joking. Right. Yarrick has a beautiful new model. Joe used him last night with his beautiful new model. And his model had beautiful rules.
Give it up for the Vostroyan Firstborn return.
We'll talk about that. We will. Thank you, Grimdark Mark, for the $5. And yeah, and Yarrick had beautiful new rules. In fact, the Yarrick rules are very good, right? Very, very good. They were very good. They were arguably too good. He was arguably an auto-include in certain Guard builds, if not a lot of Guard builds. And then what they did is they looked at that and went, it might be a bit good for 150 points. We could gently tap it with the nerf bat. Doop, like that, boop, right? And what they actually did was took a fucking sledgehammer and obliterated it. Right? Obliterated it. Meanwhile, they made some slight nerfs to the Space Marine detachment with Land Raiders, but didn't actually solve the problem of that detachment. And so, all things considered, Games Workshop did a very Games Workshop thing, chat, right? And what they did is, yet again, they nerfed a model unit army before it was even on general sale. You can pre-order Yarrick right now, and a bunch of people would have seen the rules and pre-ordered him for the rules. And now he's nowhere near as good as he was when you made that pre-order. I am hopeful for 11th edition, I am. And I'm excited for 11th edition, and I can't wait for it. However, I cannot believe we are still at a point where rules get released, and then before the model even goes on general sale, they have to nerf the ever-living shit out of it, simply because it's far too powerful. It's your fucking game, Games Workshop. Jesus Christ. CJ, thank you for the 1 gifted. Maya, thank you for the 1 gifted. And thank you, Plague of Shadows. Ryan, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. Heroes, one and all, we are on 14. New law, Angron pops up and kills Yarrick. Datasheet removed. Defilers must have been understocked. We'll get nerfed after wave 2. Well, this is the thing. No, they haven't been touched, despite the fact that there's about 800 of them at every tournament at the moment. Between Wazdaka and Yarrick, Yarrick's a pussycat in comparison. And here's the thing, right, as well. He was maybe a bit too good for his points, and maybe he needed a slight nerf. But was he that good? I don't think he was that good. That being said, I watched an Art of War video on it earlier. John Lennon and Jack Harper talked about the changes that have been released today, and they were saying that Yarrick was probably an auto-include, and if they say that, then it's probably correct. Did people really pre-order just because of the rules? I think given how beautiful the model is and how much Guard players love him, it was an auto-buy for most players. I'm sure that's true for most, but there were absolutely would have been people that would have bought him for the rules. 100%. Am I saying there are a lot of them? No. Am I saying they're in the majority? No. There would have been people that bought them for the rules. Same with the Twin Lance. If you think the Twin Lance was only purchased because of the models, then you are actually on crack. You actually might be on crack. I'm just throwing that out there. All Tau players saying that people only bought the Twin Lance because the models are cool are on copium. Rules do sell models. We wish it wasn't true, but time and time again, new models get amazing rules, and sometimes they get toned down. Yeah. I'll buy one because the model looks better than my wife, but that's not hard. Hopefully she's not listening in your house right now, Ash, right? Let's not pretend you're not punching as well, mate, to be fair. You've got a face like fire damage Lego. If rules were shit, they were still sold a fuck ton. They would have sold a lot, but let's not pretend that people only bought them because they were pretty. There was plenty of people that would have bought the Twin Lance because the rules are mental. In fact, I know of people who weren't going to get them and then saw the rules and then bought them. So, just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. Whether people... The thing is, with the Yarrick stuff they write, if you guys are unaware, he had a bunch of rules that meant he could impact a lot of units around him, and they've toned them right down. One of them was a 12-inch aura. It's now gone down to 9 inches. It was a 12-inch aura to the unit. It's now a 9-inch aura to the model, which makes a massive difference. A massive difference to its area of effect. One of them used to... One of the rules let you fire back at full ballistic skill. It's now snapshots. One of them let you charge 2d6 inches. It's now a d6 surge move. Then you can surge into combat. It's a bunch of things that they've toned down. It's still playable. I think it's still playable. I legitimately think it's still playable, right? But I don't think it was so bad. How many people were going out there and buying what you needed to make that really fucking sing? And now he is... The guard community, there's a JP's one of our guard players downstairs in Hobby House. The guard community have now coined him Dreer tier because he's so bad for his points now. And I don't think that's true. I think he's been nerfed too hard, but I don't think he's quite Dreer tier. Let me know what you think. Stick on a postcard. George is listening. Oh, cool. Okay. Breathes heavy copium. Of course, Yarrick is an auto-include. Every named character takes part in every battle that has ever occurred in the entire galaxy all at the same time. Of course. That's Warhammer. That's Warhammer. If you can't go to a tournament with 30 armies win 24 Abaddons, then is it really Warhammer? It's going to be a pain in the arse for guard hitting jack shit because of new coveralls. Joe's Baneblade rolls prove that. Yeah, well. But we don't know how they're changing things that interact with coverall or shooting in general or shooting units, right? So, it's... we don't know, James, what a whole of 11th edition looks like yet. We only know what they've shown us, and they only show us what they want to show us. They might be fine. They also might be fucked. For reference, they might be fucked. I don't take this as quote, right? They might be fucked. But they also might be fine. He's not playable at 150 points. Do you reckon? Do you reckon it's that bad? And if he's that bad, where's the points now for him? What would you say the points value should be? I got the model, I'll be honest, because he's pretty. I didn't even know the rules. So I didn't know his pre-nerf rules until he got nerfed. And then when I saw the world go into meltdown, I was like, what's the problem? How badly have they actually nerfed him? And that's when I went and looked at what his pre-nerf rules were, and then what his current rules are now, as of release. I wasn't aware beforehand. So I had no fucking idea. I just bought it because the model's cool and it's Yarrick. And I think I've had every iteration of Yarrick. I think. And all the previous ones were metal before. They did the last one in Finecast for a while. I didn't get him in Finecast. 100, 110, 100 to 120 tracks. Okay. And I had all the other Yarricks, so I had to have this one because I had to have all of them. But currently, chat, I'm a Blood Angels fan. I actually didn't care for the model. I think I'm the only one, mind. You're not the only one, Kai. I've seen people that are... It could have been more impressive. I'm not that bothered by it. I think it's stunning. But aesthetic is often subjective, right? I think he's beautiful. Some people were like, just like a remake of an old one. Don't love it. So, I don't think you're the only one, mate, to be honest with you. I think it's an over nerf. I'd say best point cost is probably 110 to 120. Reasonable. Take 30 points off of him and he's usable, right? What do you reckon? 30 points off reasonable? It should be 1 1/5 Dreers. Everything should be measured against Dreer as a yardstick from now on. Unless suddenly they drop his points or change his rules in 11th and he becomes phenomenal. Everything should be measured against Dreer as a yardstick. 1 1/5 Dreers seems reasonable. Dreer's 100, right? Is he still 100? I think he is. Right, here's a question. Here's a question for you, for Yarrick's points at 150 now. If Dreer is 100, is 150 comparable with Dreer, not the rest of the game, then about right? Are we saying that if Yarrick drops by 30 to 120, Dreer should probably drop by 30 to 70? Is that what we're saying? I'm interested. Also, chat, at the moment, I personally am trying to massively kickstart my hobby mojo. Like, really kickstart my hobby mojo. I have been suffering with the hobby of late, as I'm sure you guys know, I've told you loads of times. And I've been trying to get myself motivated. 11th edition is definitely helping that. The Armageddon box is definitely helping that. And I went back over some of the old articles about list building and what have you, and detachment points and stuff like that recently, a couple of days ago. And I'm now starting to feel like I actually...
Yarrick stick.
Thank you, Evan, for the $2. I'm actually starting to get quite excited about list building again in 11th edition because I don't feel like we're going to have to have a unit for home objectives and stuff like that. So my old Blood Angels that I had in, I want to say 5th edition.
If someone bought Commissar Yarrick for their guard army for his rules, frankly I don't want to play against that person. Also, 30 pints more than Locke.
You can't be fussy about who you play against, Nick, quite frankly. You've got no friends. And I think it was 5th edition, 6th edition, I had a Blood Angels army, which was like all jump packs all the time. There was a thing you could do where if you took a captain with a jump pack, assault marines became troops choices, and you could take 6 troops choices, which is like the old version of battle line. And Death Company had their own box, and Blood Angels Tactical Squads had their own box, and Blood Angels Terminators had their own unit, and it was a joyous time of Librarian Dreadnoughts and Death Company Dreadnoughts, etc. And I actually had a jump pack Blood Angels army, and I had actually also painted most of it as well, which is, I know, shocking for all of you to hear. So I'm actually personally super fucking excited, and what I'm doing at the moment is finding as many of the Assault Intercessor boxes I bought over the years as I possibly can that have not been touched yet. Digging out all the Blood Angels upgrade sprues I've got. And I'm thinking Oops All Jump Pack is a thing that could get me back into playing Warhammer. If I don't have to sit on my home objective and all that kind of nonsense with these new missions, that's got me super excited. And I'm trying to find stuff at the moment that actually inspires me, gets me passionate, gets me to want to do it, to want to hobby. For some people have been asking about me personally lately. People were saying yesterday, good to see you doing better. I'm loving the fact that's how it came across, because I'm not. But at least I'm masking it in content. However, that being said, this is a big step for me, chat. I don't ask for help. I don't seek help. I don't talk to people. I don't open up. I don't share my feelings. My personal feelings. I share my feelings on the hobby, obviously, but my personal feelings. And today, I had my first therapy session, which
What's wrong with wanting your units to feel good in game? I don't think a person is toxic for it. I think it's a bad false reputation out there.
I agree with you. The problem is people don't want their units to be good in game. They want them to be broken, and that's some people, not all people, but that's the problem, right? People want it to be broken. They want them to be insane. We don't want insane. We want good, but we want other things to be a choice. We don't want anything to be an auto-include, and your opponent wants a chance against it, right? That's the difference. So, but yeah, thank you for the $5 anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna try and share this journey a little bit because I'm let's face it, I'm an ambassador for Models for Heroes. We've done work before with Mind and Calm, the mental health charities. We've donated to Mind as a channel before. I am a massive advocate for mental health, especially amongst men, I'll be honest. I'm a massive advocate for mental health and people looking after themselves. And I'm an ambassador for it whilst being personally fucking terrible at it. Absolutely fucking terrible at it. I broke 2 weeks ago, you guys probably know. I broke again Monday, which is why when everyone's like, you're doing better yesterday, I was surprised. And
proud of you, people
don't be nice
hugging
to me.
emoji.
Don't be nice to me. I don't want nice. I'm currently staying calm. Don't be nice. You can gift 1 million members. That'd be great. So this morning, so 2 weeks ago when I broke the first time, I took a step that I've never taken before, and I went and found some professional help. Booked a session last week. That was for this morning. Did it this morning. Hated it. Absolutely fucking hated it. But, big but here, right? I hated it, but I saw value in it. It's helped a little already. I saw so much value in it, in fact, I've booked the next session already. But I hated it. Asking for help, talking about me and my feelings, I wasn't comfortable. I didn't like it, but I need to do something because I need to get out of this fucking spiral. So I'm just sharing it, and I, you know, I've never done it before. I've never reached out before, I feel like it's a big step, and I already feel like it's going to help, and I feel a little bit better today because of it this morning. And if someone out there is watching this and is struggling and is sat at home and they don't know where to turn to or what to do, no one needs to go through this alone. And we've got the mental health thread in Discord. You guys should use it. It's amazing. But if you need someone to set an example, I guess, is kind of where I'm going with it. I have never reached out for help before, and now I've done it. I mean, I did 10 years in the army where it was a simple case of fucking get over it or man up, get on with it. It's kind of been my blueprint forever, and it's fine. That blueprint's fine until you break. And then when you break, and there's no one that'll hold you, or catch you, I think is the word, not hold you. Anyway, that's a step I took this morning. I wanted to share it with you because people have been asking, lots of people have been asking, and I said this to you guys yesterday on the stream, right? I have been overwhelmed with the messages of support, kindness, care, love. It's unbelievable. But it becomes so overwhelming that I start not responding to people, not because I want to be rude, but because my social battery goes and I fucking withdraw into a corner, right? So thank you, everybody who's asked. Hopefully you see this and you go, okay, he's stepping on the path. It's the first step on what is probably a very long path. It feels like it's going to be a long path, but we're there. So I wanted to say thank you for asking. We're working on it. We're working on it, chat. And hopefully it'll be right. And I will continue to come and do these shows. I love these shows. Talking to you lot's amazing. And selfishly speaking, when things like super chats and memberships go off, it is a feel-good factor.
Not going to make it to HH tomorrow, the wife being all logical. Well done on the steps toward therapy. Self-awareness is amazing. Much love, Sir07.
Thank you, Sir07. Thank you, Escapade. You're a legend. But yeah, coming here and laughing and talking bollocks and being silly is great. I love it. Being showered with super chats and memberships is a massive feel-good factor for me. Oh, I am entertaining and doing a good job. That's amazing. It is why yesterday a man got banned very quickly, because I'm like, negativity's going. And when I say if the negativity's going, if you have a complaint about the fact that Yarrick's been nerfed or whatever, that's fine. It's relevant. But if you're just going to be a knob for the sake of being a knob in chat, you're going to go now. So anyway, there you go. One veteran to another, best step you've made. Yeah, it was horrible. I hated it. I don't like asking for help. I'll be honest. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of news in my life. Buckshot, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. We're on 19, you wonderful human beings. I'm great at PT, also have the SD to go along with it, like a rock emotionally normally, but the breaks when they come are substantial. Thank you, Buckshot, for 5 gifted memberships. We're on 19, chat. 19 members. Heroes, one and all. You are inspiring. I won't go that far, mate. I won't go that far, but if a big airy fucking lump can stand there in front of everybody and say, I'm not okay, I'm not doing okay, I need help, it might actually inspire someone to say, yeah, actually me too, and I need help too. And if that happens, if that one person takes a step because they've heard someone in a public space talk about it, I think it's made a massively positive impact, and that's good. I'll get my coat then. Let's not talk about that coaching course, Nick. Completed 12 sessions related to my mental health after a major wobble. It was decent. Oh, bless you, Cooney. Us people who have public platforms need to normalise it more, I think. I need to speak to Models for Heroes, actually. We're trying to get them in the venue and see if we can do something. That's going to be a good collaboration, I think. Also, more news. Let's get onto more news, because I'm trying not to bring the mood down too much. I was in a better mood when we started. At the same time as that, what we were doing before I came upstairs, or what was being done downstairs before I came upstairs, I should add, is a couple of things. Testing of our affiliate software for the website, testing of our gift card feature.
Legend for starting therapy. Maybe you could use this stream to help with your hobby mojo?
I mean, all the streams help my hobby mojo, Scott. Well, do I say this? No. What was I saying? You've thrown me. Thank you, Scott, for the $5 there. You have actually thrown me, you legend. Cooney, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a hero. Oh, the website, right. So we've tested affiliate stuff. It seems to be working. We've tested gift cards. Minor tweaks to be made. It's all starting to come together. I think it will be ready soon.
I can't speak highly enough about getting professional help. I had some really dark times over the past couple of years for reasons and things. It helped massively. It's a big step, but a very important one. Well done. Online shop, when?
Today,
face emoji.
Grim Dark Mark, thank you so much for the pink one. That's insane. I love you. After Cooney's 5 gifted chat, we are on 24 gifted memberships. Thank you, people. So yeah, so what also happened this afternoon is we had our first test order via the website. So we are actually not far away now. We're now doing test orders. This week turns up our packing stuffs, boxes, space fillers, tape machine, etc, etc, etc. That all turns up this week. So we'll have the things we need to pack your order, and then we are very close to being able to start accepting your orders. There's a caveat that comes with this, chat. Right? This is important. Please, for the love of Christ, in the early stages, be patient with us. And if we don't have what you want in stock, Here's my plea to everybody who wants to shop online for Hobby House, right? If we don't have what you want in stock, I have got no doubt that for 99% of you, there is a grey pile of opportunity somewhere. If we don't have what you want in stock, please pause, go and use your grey pile of opportunity, save your beans until it comes into stock, because we will be placing orders on a weekly basis, and then order from us. And the reason why I ask this is because the more, or if we don't have the stock, and then you go, oh fuck it, I still want it next day, even though I've got masses of boxes behind me. If we don't have the stock, then some people will go, I'll just go to Element and order it there, or I'll go to Wayland or order it there, whatever, right? Fine, cool, you can do that, of course you can. I'm never going to be mad at you necessarily. However, the more money that gets put into Hobby House via orders, the more money we recycle into stock, the bigger our stock holding gets. We then get to a point where we will have comparable stock levels, right, to other sites. If, however, you don't pause, use that grey pile of opportunity, and you go somewhere else, it's going to take us longer to build our stock levels up. Make sense? I think you'll be ready to do a test delivery soon then, yeah. Thanes beware. Thanes will be given the opportunity to test it first. It's like my own little focus group. Right, me and got to go. We'll catch up later at Great Hall Rules. Love you, Evan. Thank you so much. How dare you call me out like that? So yeah, don't share that link. Actually, you can share that link at the moment. Until the Hobby House one is live. If you are going to go to Element and buy stuff, please just keep using my link anyway. But I would rather you just paused and waited and bought from us when we had it in stock. That's what I would rather, obviously. Hey Mike, how's it going, dude? Chat, we're still only on 24 gifted and we're half an hour into the show. We're not even a third of the way. We're 10 away from being a third of the way through, but we are a third of the way through the show. Exclamation mark gift, chat. Pretty please. Don't give me finance anxiety at the same time. Stop hammer time. Why? Happy waiting to throw my money at you. Very excited. Thank you, Rory. Love you. You beautiful, beautiful human. I was about to make an order. I should take heed of your advice and hold back. Hold! Like I said, right, you've all got massive piles of opportunity. So, Mordy, thank you for the one gifted. You are a hero because you made it 25. Thank you so much. I've not bought from Element aside from when I realised I had crystals for about 2 years. They've set you a trip hazard of low bar for website design. The thing is, right, so I've heard this from a few people about website design, right? Do I think Element's website is good? No. I fucking love the people at Element, though. They're all amazing human beings. They really, really are genuinely amazing human beings. The guy who I deal with, Matt, is one of my favourite people. He's a fucking incredible dude. And if people want to keep using Element, they'll keep using Element no matter how good our website is comparably. It just will, because that's what they know and what they're used to and what hasn't let them down for years. And we can't be mad at that. We have to earn that loyalty. We have to earn that. Just having a fancy website doesn't earn us that loyalty. Looking after you and giving you a good service is how we develop that brand loyalty. Right? So, I agree, Nick. The website's not great. I agree. I do. But we can't go, oh, website's better, just use us. We have to do a good job as well. And we have to build that loyalty with you guys as the customers, which is why we're extensively testing affiliate links and you can apply to be an affiliate. It's why we're extensively testing gift card features. It's why we're making sure the wish list is working. It's why we're making sure you can use your Hobby House points in store and online, and you can redeem it for rewards and get points and money off, etc., etc. That's why we're doing all these things. in the hope that not only is the website perhaps nicer and easier to navigate, but also at the same time, you go, there's just loads of shit here that no one else has got. That's my hope. Thank you so much, Stefan Timlin, by the way, for 10 gifted memberships. That's amazing. And then Rory comes in with 5 as well. You're a hero. Thank you so much, you legend. We're up to 40 now. We're 10 away from 50. The stock button is just lies. The whole due for dispatch tomorrow when we don't actually have it yet thing is awful. The search listings are dreadful. I generally think GW Web Store is better. Here's something controversial, right? I don't love Warcom. I don't like the way the articles are organised now. The actual Games Workshop website for shopping, I'm going to say it, don't think it's that bad. I think it's alright. Now I've got used to it, I legit think it's okay. Gonna have stickers and sweets not to start with. We are talking about what we can add into the boxes for value. There won't be those to start with. Stickers is something we're going to work on, 100%. But those tacky, like, stick of rock sweets, I'm not sure about that. Because I'm not around for a couple of days. You didn't have to do that, Stefan, but thank you. We're on 40 gifted, chat. We're 10 away from 50 gifted. One guy drops 10, one guy drops 50. We've done 100. Simple, isn't it? Peanuts. One of you can afford it. I'm joking. I think the judo site is awful, so needlessly complicated. Is it though? Like I was on it earlier. Where is it? Home Warhammer. Like I can click on Warhammer 40k. I can click on Space Marines. I can click on Blood Angels. 3 clicks. And I'm in the Blood Angels section with everything Blood Angels. Like, I just don't think that's that bad. Personally, pour a milkshake in every order. Well, fun fact, Tats and Des. Fun facts, right? At the moment, when you get to checkout on the website, there's a little peek behind the curtain for you. At the moment, when you get to the website for the checkout, you can reward your points. Right, 100 points is £1 or whatever, or 1,000. I can't remember what it is. But you can reward your points. You can redeem your points. Okay, and you can get money off vouchers for your product. In store, what you can also do is you can use your points to redeem a hot drink, a milkshake, or a gaming space, depending on how many points you have. Right. At the moment, we haven't been able to turn off the fact that a free milkshake on X number of points. I can't remember what it is, 400 points or something. Is a reward that you can select at the website. So as it stands, you could redeem your points on the website for a free milkshake. And we'll just pour it in your box. Joe covered in milkshake. You can have that if you want.
GW Web Store is like the bike from the 1995 Dread film. Great, if you can ever get it to work. I say this as someone with a book collection.
So you've used it a lot then, Nick, right? Hey Dave, how's it going? How much is a gaming table at Hobby House? £20 for the whole table for 4 hours if you book on a weekend. If, however, you book on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you get the whole evening, 4 till 10, 6 hours. That £20 is for the table, so it's not per person. And for that, you get your gaming table, you get your mat, you get terrain provided for you. You can select what type of terrain you'd like. On table is wireless charging, plugs, and plug sockets. And you'll get looked after. So, there you go. Thank you so much, Brandon Lagasse, for 5 gifted memberships. You're an absolute hero. DoorDash some milkshakes, yeah. I'm expecting nothing less than a card with my Hobby House orders. When I open it up, it plays a little tune followed by Joe's voice whispering a Joe Hope. For you, Kev. Okay. One of my business partners for a while had this idea that instead of element sweets, what we would do is we would put a fortune cookie in every single order. And that fortune cookie would have in it a Joe Hope. Now, we've seen how bad his hopes get when he's got to give 10 to 15 during a stream. God knows what that would have been like if we had to get him to do 1,000 for a website. Did I join in here website news? You did, yeah. Loads of it. Could I redeem points and gift the milkshake to the next person that orders in store? Kind of pay it forward style. That's a really nice idea. I don't know how we do it. Excuse me. Genuinely the best hobby place I've been. Kids had a good 3-hour building Saturday, just chilling. Did you get your box set, Carl? Did you get your big box? I'm sorry I wasn't around this weekend. I kind of wasn't here all week last week. I had a bad week, so I just withdrew into a hole. Apart from when I had to do shows. Looking forward to ordering. Chat, with 5 away from 50 gifted. 5 away from 50 gifted. And then we're 50 away from 100 gifted. And then we're 100 away from 200 gifted. And then we're 200 away from 400 gifted. And then we're 400 away from 800 gifted. Just saying. Can you double your points like Element if you get someone to use your code? I don't know that one yet. But what we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing double and triple points weekends. So like 11th edition launch weekend, we might do triple points for everything you order. Black Friday, we might do triple points for everything you order. I wish I could order from Hobby House online. Well, maybe when we have our American wing in the future, Brandon, right? Yeah, they did. Very happy kids, but Jesus, those other rats fiddly. Are they that bad? I haven't looked at them. They look beautiful. I think they're cool. I'm super into that box. Will the website have a messaging system? Just get people to put voucher number in, staging for the next person. I don't know. Not at this stage. Gareth Thomas, thank you for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Up to 50. Now we've just got to get someone to do 50. Oh, Skippy did 5. Now if someone does 50, we'll be over 100. Thank you, Skippy, for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. I found my banner. I went and looked at it. Thank you for the banner. Will you be looking to sell Hobby House terrain to order online? Eventually, yeah. So the printer farm that we have on site is mad busy. Mad busy. But it's all being used to print terrain for downstairs, right? So there's a lot of it, and the printers don't get any downtime. They don't stop. So we would like to in the future get to a place where we can service you guys with terrain that we have on site. So you can go, hey, I love that cathedral. Can I have that building? Or, hey, I love that infested ruins. Can I have a set of infested ruins, right? I would love for that to be a thing in the future, and we can print it for you and ship it off to you. I'd love for that to be a thing. But we need the printers to be free first for that to be a thing. And we're not quite there yet, obviously. But yeah, eventually we will be looking at selling stuff online and in store. So people, and the idea being, right, is that you can see it on the channel, you can play it downstairs, and then you can order it. That's kind of the plan, loosely speaking. But we're also thinking about doing like bases and stuff like that. And we were talking today about our store copy of 11th edition, painting Hobby House Marines. And then we were talking about whether we have Hobby House decals for shoulder pads. And maybe if we get Hobby House decals made for shoulder pads, we could sell them. There's loads of things we can do. So, 3D printed replica Joe feet when? The printers aren't big enough. My printer has had 8 hours off in the last 3 weeks since I got it. Jesus Christ. Probably more time than me. No, I'm joking. I had a lot of time off this last week. Gotta look after yourself, people, in this modern day world. You have to. No one else will. Just need a few hundred more printers. We need a full-blown print farm. Maybe is what we need. Is there some sort of legal thing with some of the stuff you've downloaded and printed? Do you have to design it yourself? No, you don't have to design it yourself. You just have to have the commercial license. Already ahead of that one, Mike. You just have to have the commercial license. So normally, right, you can buy STL files to print a set of ruins, and they might cost you like a £5. Or you can buy the commercial license, and it might cost you 50 quid. But the commercial license then gives you the authority, permission to print and sell it yourself because you have the commercial license. So we have been buying up commercial licenses to make sure that we are safe. Just make sure you have a commercial license. There we go. See, nailed it. Nailed it. I've run out of juice and I have half a stream left. That's the problem. That's the problem. Life-size Pickle Joe statue. Yeah, we print that. In many pieces. Many, many, many pieces. We've got some exciting guests coming down soon as well. I need to touch base with them, but I think in 1, 2, 3 weeks' time, I think it's in 3 weeks' time, Tabletop Titans should be in the building on the Tuesday. Exciting. Yeah, I've got a special guest in next Wednesday as well. I'm not going to talk about. Channel meetup tickets available. Haven't done that yet. Haven't planned that yet. I need to talk to Toby and book a weekend. I run a Bamboo Lab print farm. Elegant gives me tummy ache. We've got ours is Bamboo Labs. Ours are all Bamboo Labs, to be fair. Oh my lord. I had to get a commercial license because my terrain will all be used in tournaments. Oh really? I didn't know that. Makes sense. We've been getting commercial licenses anyway, right? So we're covered. We're covered, chat. We should be fine. Hoping to start an army for 11th. Get down to Hobby House for a game. I'd love to see you, Dave. And your fancy car. Give it a proper leg stretch. Have the Beachhead crew give it a discount code for us. Yeah, I haven't asked Adam. He's been busy. I'll give Adam a shout at some point. If you guys remind me tomorrow night when I'm on the deck, I will message him and see what he says. And he'll say yes, definitely, or he'll say fuck off. When's your brother on making the cabinet? He's not making the cabinet, but he's going to be on the show. When we finished last week, he said, what day do you want me? And we're going to have to figure out what day fits because he's got a busy life schedule himself. But he's definitely coming on the show. He had this stark and horrible realization on Saturday. We were talking about it. And he had this stark and horrible realization that for all the dirty secrets he can give you guys about me, I can probably give you 2 about him. And he went, oh shit. Yep. So I'll be planning the date with him soon. I'll be opening a thread in the Thanes for asking him anything. If you want to really fucking get involved with this community in the biggest possible way, the best way to do that is by becoming a Thane. It is a lot of money a month. If you're already gifting loads, you might be like, well, I'll become a Thane and gift a little bit less. As long as, you know, you don't gift 100 a month and then decide to become a Thane and gift none, then we're fine. But it's got a WhatsApp chat. It's a WhatsApp community for that matter. There's all sorts of things in there. There's a book club and there's a bingo section and all kinds of stuff. There's also a guest question section from when we started doing some sagas a couple of years ago, which at some point I'd like to bring them back. I need to rediscover my hobby mojo and love, and my channel mojo and love, and I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I feel like it's coming back a little bit. I feel like I'm a little lighter this evening, right? So, best leave me car in a parking space. Long name tag like the king is coming. Yeah, 100%. Benefit being the younger one. Better memory as less age. Exactly. Yeah. Younger brother's privilege, right? For personal use, Elegoo are fine. Print farm, you're losing money as those things are down multiple days at a time. Are they that bad? Chat, we're stuck on 55 gifted. There is 143 people watching. 143 people watching. If every single one of you gifts 5 memberships, we'll get to 100. I'll be there to support Ash and maybe get a little payback on him too. Beautiful. You go in the playoffs. I have a ticket to the home game for the playoffs. I couldn't get a ticket for the away game. They'd sold out before it got to my bracket where I would have been able to buy one. And what was I going to say? And the home game is the home game, so I just get offered my season ticket. I got that in the hope that perhaps we make it to the final. I'm less confident than some Saints fans. And if we get to the final, then I'll get a ticket to Wembley. And I'm a season ticket holder, so I'll definitely get a ticket to Wembley. It won't be long before they're asking me for money again from the next season ticket. Ugh. Using a Bumbu P2S, it's great. We've got P2S stats and does. It is really good. Really, really good. As a man who doesn't know much about printing, they're just good. Work has been manic, so my hobby mojo is low. Trying to finish off 3 Sandguards so I can start Raider on commission. Oh, amazing. Do you know what, right? This is mental, but in the world of Instagram, I've not posted much on Instagram, right? I've just not. Hopefully a lot of you guys are going, okay, I see what's been going on now. He's been a bit more open about it. It sort of makes sense. Hopefully that's mostly what's been going on. But I put a post up, right, about boxes I bought for Blood Angels. Assault Intercessors, a Jump Pack Captain, a Sanguinor, Lamartes, and a Combat Patrol Blood Angels. Just a random photo of boxes, right? I don't understand Instagram. A random photo of boxes. Joe's last post, which was 4 Black Templar Scouts that he'd painted quite well and collaborated with me, that got 327 likes on Instagram, right? The Brass Scorpion that he painted, or did up and painted, got 215 likes, right? The Redemptor Dreadnought, he painted Imperial Fists in a beautiful scheme, got 273 likes. And these are all good work pieces that he's done, right? They're all very nice. Okay? And then we get to my photo of random boxes on Instagram, right? Which has now had over 10,000 views and 602 likes. What the actual fuck? How is that? I don't understand. Random photo boxes. Many likes, big wow. Many likes, big wow. Mrs. Van Holia, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Yeston Jones, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. Your Legends 157. 3 away from 60, team. Thank you so much, people. Football, though, is great escape. I got a Swansea season ticket and always look forward to the games. It is a good escape, yeah. All those box bots you pay for, yeah. Yeah. It's got, like, the most engagement as well. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I guess if I want my Instagram page to do well, I'm a Blood Angels player now. Although I do want to be a primarily Red Army Blood Angels player, not a primarily Gold or Black Army Blood Angels player. I like painting red. It's my favourite thing. I comment on that. Thank you, Mikey. Liam's kind of big. But I'm not. That's the problem, Carl. I don't understand why that one's taken off. It doesn't make sense. I've been trying to figure out this Instagram algorithm for a long time, and I gave up a while ago because I just don't understand it. And that's been compounded this evening by putting that stupid post up last night, and now it's fucking erupted, and I don't know why. But, you know, we're here for it. That phenomenon is wild and saddening for painters. I don't understand it either, as I never like those posts, but that's the world, I suppose. It's weird, isn't it? I found my Deathwatch RPG rulebook. I'll bring it with me next time I'm at Hobby House for you to have a quick look-see. Okay, cool, thank you. Thank you so much, Escape. Chat, there's 43 members to go. Would you do Blood Angels sessions? No, proper Blood Angels. Full red armor. Yellow, red. Yellow, blue, red, gold hats, helmets. Proper Blood Angels. Although I've always been unsure about the yellow and blue helmets on Devastators and Assault Marines. And I've always thought I'd just paint them red. Want to do metallic red something, but don't know what. Maybe Eldar one day. Thousand Suns? Heresy Scheme Thousand Sons. That'd be cool. Be into that. Stop it, Squid Fist. I'm not biting. I'm not biting. Maybe Joe should start hiding some boxes in his painting photos. My Abaddon model is standing over dead bloody intercessor. Love it. No helmets, but give them top hats and monocles. I'm here for that. I see your Blood Angels and raise you Orcs. Blood Angels Orcs is classic matchup, right? Never been a fan of the coloured helmets. Love the Blood Angels, but the helmet thing looks dopey. I like the gold on the veterans. I do like that. My Blood Angels Force army is primarily grey. Most of my armies are primarily grey, to be honest with you, Mikey. Although I suspect for very different reasons. Most of my armies are primarily grey. Heresy Liam, but also the Heresy Blood Angels didn't do such things, so really no issue. Okay, cool. So wants to do Heresy, had Toby trying to tell kids about it, best game. No, I'm not saying do Heresy. I'm saying do Thousand Sons in Heresy Scheme. Different. You doing okay? No. I don't know what to do for 11th. Might go Tau. Do it. What you should do for 11th, Dave, is gift 5 memberships. If you are excited for 11th edition, you should gift 5 memberships. You could use the Heresy Blood Angel scheme, which is slightly more black and gold, and I think the different colour helmets is a 40k thing, not in Horus Heresy. Yeah, I'll probably do that then, if I'm honest. Who doesn't want a red helmet? I'm just saying, who doesn't want a red helmet? Oh my god! Excuse me, team. So tired. Chat, we are 35 minutes away from the end of the show and we are 43 members to go. Try posting unpainted grey models with mould lines and see how many... I said 5, Dave! I said 5! Thank you, Dave WK, for 20 gifted memberships. You're an absolute fucking legend. Thank you so much. Try posting unpainted grey models with mould lines and see how many likes you get. Well, I mean, if I do it in front of my cleavage, I'll probably get loads, right? Thank you so much, Dave WK, for 20 gifted memberships. Chat, he's raced us up to 77. 1,000 Suns are worse than Water Torture. There's got to be cheap ways of doing them nowadays. Now you get those gold pens for trim. Sure, that makes it easier. Thank you so much, Dave. You're an absolute fucking hero and I love you dearly. 23 to go, team. And £15 in super chats. And 10 likes. There's 140 people watching. This is free, right? It's 140 people watching and only 90 likes so far on the show. It's completely free to do that and it helps my algorithm. Medic said when it was red it was thrush, but that's a bird silly thing. Morty Hammer! Oh my god! Another fucking legend! Jesus! The Vanguard vets don't go far enough for me. I think they're beautiful, I'll be honest. I think they're gorgeous. I love them, Mikey. Thank you so much. Morty Hammer for 20 gifted memberships. Chat, now we're just 3 away from 100. And £15 off. And now just 3 likes away from 100 as well. It's happening. It's happening, chat. It's happening. Thank you so much, you wonderful humans. Always forget the like until you say, ah. There you go. Here we go again. You still not a member, James? My poor old mother's messaging me. She's been very unwell, chat. Very unwell. There's nothing in the 11th box I don't like. I think the box is fucking gorgeous, PJ. I said categorically yesterday that I think it is the best launch box ever. And I am taking... So many people are focusing just on the models. And maybe you could argue that that's not the case. But when you then factor in the cards and the narrative book and the little rule book, I think it's the best box ever. PJ, thank you for the one gifted. You're a hero. Alpha Omega, thank you for the one gifted. You are also a hero. Legend. 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 When website launches, can I order some towel? Of course you can. My poor mother has an upper respiratory tract infection and tonsillitis all at the same time. It sounds like it's been pretty fucking miserable. Right, we smashed the like target, chat. We're one member away from 100 gifted memberships and £15 away from the super chat target, so we can go 100, 100, 100. You wouldn't want to let me down, would you? My only concern with the Vanguard vets is we could lose war gear options, especially the Storm Shields, Thunderhammers and Lightning Claws. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the one thing I am going to say. So I think the box is beautiful. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I do genuinely think it's brilliant. I need to see the sprues, but I'm going to go out publicly and say, because of how anal I am, I don't see me using any of the stuff that's in that box at the moment. Predominantly because I've got 4 sprues of Blood Angels upgrades, which means I'm going to be putting moulded shoulder pads on every single one of my Blood Angels because I can. And most of the time, Starter Edition box sets are moulded shoulder pads, and you can't put extra ones on. And that will be enough for me. So I think I'm going to have to wait for multi-part Vanguard vets. The one thing that concerns me slightly is Bannerman, because I don't think he'll get a different sculpt, and Captain and Librarian. Sorry guys, can't donate more today. Bless you, Gareth. It's fine. You've done something. You're amazing. Thank you. So, those ones, I'm like, how do I put the Blood Angel shoulder pad on those? Because I don't like using decals. I like moulded shoulder pads, personally. We've got one more gifted to get through, chat, and 3 £5 super chats, and we're good. Waiting for your site to go live to expand my Eldar, especially with how the customizations with attachments is looking. Yeah, it's looking sick, innit? So they've been trying to kind of... I feel like Games Workshop and 10th edition have been trying to kind of bring back some of the narrative stuff by using detachments, right? Wind Rider host and stuff like that, and Wraith host, etc. Eldar's the one I'm focused on just because that's the comment I just ran out, right? And I think they've tried to bring some of that narrative aspect back to the game. I do. I genuinely believe it. But that being said, I think it's kind of failed only simply because of the way the missions are in 40k. So because of the way the missions are, I don't think it works. Thank you, PJ, for the £1. We're 14 members away now. Cool, thank you. You're a hero. So I don't think it worked because you have to still hold your home objectives and all that kind of stuff, right? So I just don't think it's something that's actually worked properly. If the detachment changes work the way that I think they're going to work, or the way that they seem to be suggesting that they're going to work, I'm suddenly a lot more excited. Because it feels like we're going to get the opportunity to run Oops or Jump Pack Blood Angels, or you're going to get the opportunity to run Wind Rider host, and you don't have to have a unit of jet bikes that's purpose is to sit on your home objective. You could carefully trim down the sculpted ones. You underestimate how incredibly impatient I actually am. I'll be honest. I'm probably going to buy the box so me and my cousin can start 40k. Sounds amazing. Good. Good man. Order it from Hobby House. David, thank you for the one gifted. Yeah! We're £14 away from... Oh, my God. Jack Allen's come in and dropped his yogurt. We don't have to care about that £14 anymore. Thank you, Jack, for 20 gifted memberships. You're a hero. How many points in the box? No idea. Now, I agree with you on the narrative swing and miss. Nothing quite compares to the old build your own regiment. 100%. But, like... I just feel like old missions kind of had less encouragement to this unit's for an action, this unit's for a fucking...
Sorry, Liam, you know I like winding you up with shitty odd numbers.
Yeah, you
Playful
do,
face
don't you?
emoji, rolling on the floor laughing emoji, smirking face emoji, winking face emoji, smiley face emoji, embarrassed smiley face emoji, playful face emoji, rolling on the floor laughing emoji, smirking face emoji, winking face emoji, smiley face emoji, embarrassed smiley face emoji, playful face emoji, rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
I love you, Paul, but fuck you. Thank you, Jack Allen, for 20 gifted memberships, you absolute legend. Just as we got to 100, and then Jack goes, nah, let's start the train to 200. 25 minutes to go, just to start the train to 200, let's go. Thank you, man. I'm joking, by the way. You don't have to do any more super chats. We're essentially hitting all the targets now, right? 20 members is worth more than £10 in super chats, so we've done it. I think it's between 600 and 700 points on the stream per army, per faction. Hopefully they've done a better job balancing it than the last one. It was not, all things were not created equal in the last box set. Can I put in a crest for 11 finishing box set? You can. I'm hoping we're going to get enough. Although, Kill Team, this really, this company sometimes, the new Terror from the Deep or whatever it's called, the new Kill Team box with the red terror in it, right? We don't ask for loads, we're not a massive shop. I need to be careful about how much stock I put into something because we don't have a website right now. On the off chance we can't sell it, we end up stuck with product that we can't shift. It's just dead capital, right? So I'm a bit conservative with what I asked for in the simple hope that we sell all of it and then that's banging. I asked for 8 Kill Team boxes for something in the Terror, whatever it's called, right? That's what I asked for. I got 3. But hey, thank you so much, you wonderful humans, by the way, for smashing us over that membership target. It means a lot. At the early stages of the month, it always means a lot. Thank you so much. You're awesome. The bastards. So balanced-ish for a few start games. Yeah, well, I think Leviathan wasn't balanced very well. In the early stages when we were previewers and we were allowed to play the box set contents, it was pretty obvious that the Space Marines were far too powerful for the Tyranids. Only when you could push it out to 2,000 points was it kind of like, okay. This one sounds like it's going to be more balanced from the off, which is good. I think you can kind of tell that as well from the amount of orcs versus the amount of Space Marines. I think it works. Artificial scarcity. Maybe. There's a theory out there that when they think the box is going to do incredibly well and they haven't made 40k levels of quantities, they hold a lot of them for themselves because they make maximum dollar that way. That's a theory. I don't know if it's true. There's a lot of theories about Games Workshop's business practices. That is one of them. It wouldn't surprise me, though. I might be tempted to do the same if I was the company. I actually think we can sell this out. We'll just keep as many as we can for us. But hey. It's fine. We've got 3 boxes. At some point, they'll come out as individual units and they'll be buyable by everybody. You know. I guess with 3, you stand a much better chance of selling out. Not so great if the demand isn't 8. Yeah, well, this is and herein by lies the issue, right? Is I think we can sell 8. If you get promoted, would you get a Saints tattoo? No. I think we could sell 8, and that's the downside. The Custodies box, we asked for a lot more than we got, and surprise, surprise, we sold everything we had. and we had enough questions about that box that we could have sold double, almost triple what we were given, and that's annoying at that point because there's just money left on the shelf that we can't. There's nothing we can do about it, right? We've got to probably go and order that box from somewhere else, but. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum. But hey, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. We are what we are. We're a small account still at the moment with Games Workshop. We are close to not being a small account anymore. The amount of money we're putting through with orders. You guys keep coming in and dropping a bunch of money on new armies and new products and stuff. That's amazingly helpful. One of you guys came in earlier today and bought the Giant Knights box, which is awesome. And actually, as long as you keep doing that, we can keep reinvesting that money into stock. The more we reinvest that money into stock, the more Games Workshop go, these guys are a serious contender. And then we get taken more seriously, essentially. It's another reason for me telling you to hold on the website if you can't get what you want. And just go for that plastic pile of shame until we're in stock. Because we get to recycle that money back in. And like I've said to you already, it means we can increase our stock, right? And we can have more things. We can have more product lines as well as having more stock of the product lines we currently sell, which is amazing and good for you guys. But equally, it just improves our standing with Games Workshop. They give more away to content creators than to shops. That's not how it works. I've seen this story before. I'm not even a preview anymore, but that's not how it works. So what they do when they sort out preview boxes is they go, right, we're going to manufacture X. So let's say we're going to manufacture 50,000 copies for sake of argument, right? 50,000 copies we're going to sell. We're going to manufacture to sell. They then go to the previewer team and go, how many do you want for previewers? Previewer team might say we want 200, right? At which point Games Workshop are like, cool, previewer team wants 200. They then manufacture 50,200. The previewers don't take allocation from shops. Do you have that new Necron in? I want him. We might actually have him in. But yeah, the rhetoric that content creators are the reason why shops or people on release day can't get stock is just not a true one. Having heard Hellstorm Mikey's story about Wraith Knight points costing, I'm now fully convinced Games Workshop manipulate point rules to shift stock. Really? What's happened there? Thank you, Sim, for that heads up. I'm not aware of it at the moment. What's going on there then, sir? I want to know. I want the news now. I want the goss. Give me the goss. There's only a flippant comment. Oh, no, I get it. And I know you, PJ, right? I get it. But there's so many people that say that. So many people that are like, fucking hell, I couldn't buy a box on preview day, but fucking 25 creators have got it. I'm like, but they're not the reason why you haven't got a box. The reason why you haven't got a box is simply because Games Workshop didn't make enough for customers. Because the ones they make for previewers are extra. So, and they get it so wrong so often. Like, this Red Terror box, I can't believe that they didn't go, we're going to sell a shit ton of these. We should probably make more. So was that Custodes box. So was that Custodes box. That Custodes box was so wildly popular, they could have made double and they would have sold them all. What's the Yarrick gossip? He's been nerfed into oblivion. Before he even comes out as a model to the general public, he's been nerfed into oblivion. They dropped the points of the model from 500 to 300 to sell them, and there was a print recently. I don't know if they're still any good at 300 though. It's a problem. Ah! Oh my god, I'm so tired, chat. I'm looking forward to bed. I'm a bit sun-kissed today as well. I spent some time sat in the sunshine. Do you know how good sunshine is for you? If they made too much, there'd be no FOMO. Yeah. Games Workshop always leave so much money on the table when it comes to stock. Not always, but most of the time, I feel like they do. Most of the time, I feel like they make bad choices about their product lines that will or won't be popular. And most of the time, I feel like they are leaving money on the table. There are exceptions. The last Age of Sigmar launch box, I can't remember what it was called. Like, that was still for sale when the fucking new one came out. You've got to imagine they're quite limited in production with 11th boxes. I mean, probably. I can't imagine it's easy. Sun is bad, sun is pain. Sun is beautiful. It's so good for you. Get a bit of that vitamin D. Who doesn't love the D? Games Workshop nerfed Yarrick because they realised they could only sell one per Imperial Guard player. Whereas Defilers is 3 per Chaos Space Marines, Death Guard, Emperor's Children, World Eaters, and Thousand Sons. Oh, amazing. It's got to be why. I really am not sure whether I think they do it that way round. I really don't know. I don't think it's a choice as a reason to build a new factory. Probably. I placed an order for the Defiler from Element on pre-order day. Now not meant to ship till June. Yeah. Vermintide. No, it's the one before Vermintide. What was the one before Vermintide? The 3rd edition launch box? Was that what it was called? The 3rd edition launch box, I think? I remember going into Games Workshop in Southampton. I shouldn't probably say this. Fuck it. I remember going to Games Workshop in Southampton and looking for some specifics from that box, that launch box. I think it was the one with the Cruel Boys in it, if I remember rightly. And I was picking up some bits, and one of the guys in the store was like, if you're going to get all that, might I suggest that you stop and you go next door, and there was another shop, a Geek Retreat or something, because I have that box in the shop. It's been sat there since launch. This was like 6 months before the new edition was coming as well. He said, I wouldn't mind betting you'll be able to get it dirt cheap. Dominion, it might be Dominion. And at that point, I went in there and said to the guy, had it up for sale for X. I was like, I don't want to give you X, I'll give you Y. And he just took it. And I'm pretty convinced now, having been a retailer for a little while, I'm pretty convinced now that the money that he took for it was less than he probably paid for it. Those Cruel Boys did not sell well. They were not popular. So, you know, I got a hell of a steal, but that was like 6 months before the release of the new edition. The launch box was still available if you wanted to buy an old Dominion box. It was Dominion. Dominion was horrendous. And what was worse, right, was GW did this marketing where they were like, Dominion, fastest selling box, selling out fucking fast, etc., etc. And it just wasn't. 10th edition launch box was interesting. Local gaming store got 15, while local Warhammer store literally made a mountain in front of their cash register. Yeah, shortage. I'm dreading it a little bit because I want a fucking 100 boxes, but I'm not sure if they're going to let us have 100 boxes. That's what I want. I don't want to fuck off. I have no idea if they're going to give me what I want. They struggled to close down fairly quickly. Who's that? Who's that, Mikey? Geek Retreat. Please don't give me 15 boxes, which is too bad because Crawl Boys are cool as shit. They've just always been dog water. Crawl Boys, for me personally, this is a hot take. Crawl Boys are my favourite orc type models that Games Workshop have ever done. They're so Tolkien-y, they're so Tolkien-esque. They're my favourite ones I've ever done. Geek Retreat. Well, so there's a reason why they closed down, unfortunately. So yeah, you know, these things happen. My local store got like 100 of 10th, and they weren't massive then. Oh, okay, cool. Fingers crossed. I love my Crawl Boys, but I'm going to move them over to square bases, I think. Yeah. 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 I do wish that Games Workshop would see the value that local gaming stores have in their community so they can get what... They think they do, Hill. I do. Hillforge. I do think they see it. I do. Genuinely. I've been dealing with them for a while. They can be a bit of a pain in the arse at times, but they want to sell you stuff. They want to get you product. Crawl Boys look so stupid. Orange was fucking awesome. Escapade, you been drinking? Have you been drinking, sir? We're still £9 away from our super chat target, thanks to Mr. PJ Fisher. We don't have to hit it now. I'm just saying we're that close. Crawl Boys don't look stupid. Crawl Boys are the best looking orcs. Because they look like orcs out of Lord of the Rings. Which is cool. So, you know. You're wrong. Although, I'll be honest with you, for the first time in a very long time, I am digging new 40k orcs. Like, really digging new 40k. They're turning into much more of the kind of guttural, angry, evil, Xenos looking things that I think they should be. They're kind of coming across a lot more Beast Arises and less comedy, and I'm here for it. I have contemplated picking up the Armageddon box for the orcs, but I'm never going to get to them or do them. I don't think I want to do an army of them. I just think some of the models, the characters specifically, are fucking gorgeous. Love Crawl Boys and their monsters. Crawl Boys are cool as shit. That's a fact. Just a fact, chat. Right. I'm not going to take anything. I'm not going to take anything else. Just a fact. They are so cool, but they hit bad, are slow, and don't have any armor or ward saves to make up for it. Oh no, their rules are fucking poo. But they are cool. They are cool. Absolutely. Iron Jaws are 100% nicer. I don't hate the Iron Jaws models, to be fair. They're very Games Workshop orcs, Iron Jaws, whereas Crawl Boys are very Tolkien orcs. Those orcs look amazing. Nearly makes me feel bad that I want to sell that half of the box. Orcs have always been a great looking army. Their ramshackle looks help them keep up. Now with their refreshers, hold my budget. Yeah, absolutely. I think they've nailed the fine line between grimdark and darkly comedic in this new set of orcs. I agree. 100% agree. Absolutely. I think this launch box is going to create a lot of new orc players, I'll be honest. I think it's going to create a lot of new orc players. I think a lot of people are going to look at that half and go, I'm actually not going to sell it on. I'm actually going to keep hold of it. And I'm here for that. Although, the orc range is a weird one, right? Because Beast Snagger stuff is cool. The recent Tank Busters and all those kinds of things. The Breaker Boys are cool. Then some of the new characters, more recent characters are cool. Gaz still stands up for certain. Mega Nob's awful. Warbike's awful. Nob Squad awful. There's a real mismatch now, I think, between what's been shown off in the launch box and what their whole range encompasses. And it makes me think that it's a possibility that for 11th edition they're going to get a big refresh. That's my gut. They're going to get a big refresh for this edition. Starting Orcs, my 12th 40k army. But I've been thinking about it for a long time. Not sold on the Space Marine half myself, too generic apart from the characters. The Librarian is a great sculpt. I love the Space Marine half, I'll be honest. Our boys from AOS make better Mega Knobs. Yeah, but that... I agree, Esk. I absolutely agree, but I don't feel like you need to go to an AOS kit to get a nice 40k unit. I want to paint Wazdaka, but don't want an army. That's fair. The Beastnagger boys and Warboss are cool, but I don't like the squig riding ones. Yeah, true. I don't like people riding squigs. Or weird squig sharks. I don't like those. I'm not a fan of those. To be fair. Back to work. Hope you'll have a wonderful day. Thank you, Brandon. You're a hero. If Drakari get their releases in 12th finally, I'm in real trouble with 12th. Poor old Drakari. The amount of things that Joe's been waiting for, new Drakari, Tyrannic War Veterans, he was utterly convinced, because of Leviathan being the main box set, that during 10th edition we get Tyrannic War Veterans. He was utterly convinced, chat. Waited and waited and waited. We didn't get any. He was also utterly convinced that at the end of the edition we would get Catachans. We didn't. They announced Steel Legion. We didn't get any Catachans. He was waiting and waiting and waiting to start a new Drakari army. Didn't get new Drakari models. It's not gone well for him. I do new boys, newish boys, and Beastnagger for 60 boys. Sounds amazing. I did write a list today, which was 30 Assault Intercessors and 20 Vanguard Veterans. When I say 30 Assault Intercessors, I mean 30 Assault Intercessors with jump packs and 20 Vanguard Veterans. All I want are grotesques. Sure, it's a cool team box, maybe. I hope the general release of the rulebook is in small format and it isn't starter at set exclusive. I'd imagine it will be. I hope Grey Knights get some love this edition. Same. Preach. 100%. Especially with an army like Orcs. I never understand why Games Workshop did not use the synergy, have the base model be the same for AOS 40k and just swap out sprue for the kits, weapons. I think... yeah, I get it. I think some of it is to do with trying to be... I don't know if I believe this. I was going to say, I think part of it is to do with them trying to segregate game systems so they can see what's selling and what's not selling. If you had a generic Orc stuff that worked between both, I guess if you had a 40k box and an AOS box, the core model's still the same, I'm assuming. Not a casual 50 jump pack infantry. No, I also include 12 Sangard, the Sanguinor, Dante, jump pack captain, and Mephiston, because Mephiston's cool. Up the jump pack army. Up the jump pack army, chat. Told you. What we're doing. That's what we're living. Who needs Land Raiders to be in your lines in turn 1? Robert. Oh my god. Just a casual like 70 jump pack Marines basically. Anyway, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out. You are awesome people. We almost hit super chat goal. We're $10 off of hitting super chat goal. We did hit like goal and we did plow through members goal. So thank you so much. You're amazing human beings. My voice is starting to go again. I'm still getting over this cold. I'm better today, but I'm getting over it. So I'm gonna stop. We're back tomorrow with Liam and Joe show at 13:30 though. You guys can come and hang out with us to build. Do I continue building Custodes tank, chat, or do I build Blood Angels? You're cool. You tell me now. That's tomorrow. And then in the evening, we've got a new player, a new challenger arises. Ash is turning up with an army, probably Custodians or Emperor's Children, to take on Joe tomorrow evening on the channel. Ash is a wonderful human being. I'm sure you guys will look after him. What a legend. Don't upset him because he's fucking bigger than 14 me's. Fucking unit. Biggest man on 40k. Facts. There you go. On our channel, not on a different one. Blood Angels. Okay. So yeah, so you know that's tomorrow evening, and then on Friday we're back with After Dark at 7:30. So you're all picking Blood Angels. I stopped super chat. Thought you weren't bothered. I mean, I'm not because we've done 120 members, but it feels good for hitting all targets. But don't worry about it. You've been amazing, Paul. So anyway. Thank you so much, you beautiful humans. Blood Angels, it is tomorrow. One person's going to be upset because it's not Custodians, but hey, we'll see. You people are insane. I hope you've enjoyed the show. If you have enjoyed the show, please make sure you smash that like button before you disappear. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the Liam and Joe show reference. Liam and Joe show shenanigans. I was reading a word in chat as I was talking at the same time. And then we've got that live game, like I said, in the evening, and hopefully we'll see you then as well. If you're at Hobby House over the course of the next week or two, let me know. And if I can be about, I'll be about, so I can come and say hello, shake your hand, high five, etc., etc. But you're all insane, and we love you dearly. So I guess that's it. I guess that's everything. You're amazing. Best chat. Absolute best chat. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I've tried to fix the credits. Let's find out if it's worked. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.